Hey, welcome back to Create Arcane Engineering, where in the last video, we completed the second tech chapter, or at the very least, the quest tree for it, which has upgraded our Create technology quite a bit. We've now got crushing wheels, and access to precision mechanisms. It's still a lot of work to make most things with them. The brass stuff is still quite a lot. So I'm going to have to set up a passive machine to make the precision mechanisms, like I've done with the kinetic over here, but that's going to take a lot of work, and I still haven't fully figured out the logistics for most of it, like all the redstone that I'm going to need. I don't want to have to use redstone clusters, but if I can't find an alternative, then I'm going to have to. But anyway, that's not the point of this video. I want to take a bit of a break from doing tech stuff and go back to the magic stuff, because I'm willing to bet I can get this whole magic chapter done in one video. I doubt it's gonna even need that much. It just depends how many runic tablets I'm gonna need, and whether or not I have to come back here to automate those as well. But even then, they're not that bad. I guess I'll see as I go through here. But it seems like the final thing I get from this is a source gem. And source gems are made with runic tablets, apparently. Yeah. And from the small amount that I know about Arsnaview, source gems are used for, like, everything. But even then, I might be fine to do it manually. I don't know. I'll just explore this tree and see exactly how hard it is to do this, for whether or not I do it manually or not. And so, I just need to get these first few things. I need source berries, somehow. I need mage bloom, which it says is on floating islands, so I at least know where to start. And then this is not an item. It gives me a food item, but it's just a bunch of positive affirmations and wishful thinking. It doesn't actually mean that much. Okay, well, I'm not sure about source berries. Found all around the world. Great. Just go find it then. No help there. But Mage Bloom, I find on Sky Islands. And there does happen to be a Sky Island right up there. How I get there, I'm not sure. I could just grab a ton of cobblestone and pillar all the way up, but that doesn't feel right. Ooh, could I make a jetpack? I have mechanical crafters now, and the only expensive thing here is the precision mechanism. But making one is nothing. And a jetpack would be really nice to have by now. Yeah, I think I'd do that. I needed 13 mechanical crafters, then a bunch of brass, some cogs, 2 encased fans, and a precision mechanism. Then, I guess for now it doesn't really matter where I place this. I just need to give it power somehow, and that should be, what, if I don't step inside of my smoker, a jetpack. Right. And it needs fuel and water. Looks like fuel is anything burnable, and water I just get with a bucket. Well, I've got plenty of coal, so I just dropped that on the ground. Oh, that was not a lot of fuel. Okay. That was about 3/4 of a stack of coal for about 1/4 of the fuel capacity. Right. How's the water conversion look? 2 buckets is 200 units. Okay. So 16 buckets. That is not very hard. Oh. And then for the fuel, I have an idea. I'm just gonna make myself a ton of charcoal. Ooh, but smoking gives me charcoal blocks? Oh, they're basically the same. Well, that just means I can split this between 2 different stacks. And how much fuel is this gonna do? Did another 600 or so. No, more than that. That was like 900. Okay. I've also got these spare sticks. I don't really care about them. But I still need more fuel. And these redwoods keep giving me more wood. But I should only need another stack or so. Yeah, that's fully fueled. Although I have a suspicion that it just voided all the excess charcoal. Okay. Well, let's see how this works. Presumably, it's just creative flight? Oh, nope, it's a mechanism jetpack. Right. And let's see if I can go to this sky island. No? Oh, is this maximum height of 27? Ah, damn it. I think I am just gonna have to pillar up to this anyway. Well, I think I'll keep the jetpack, but I'll just keep it in my backpack, because I'd rather not waste all of that fuel. It always comes down to this. Big pillars of cobblestone to get to any sky structure. Here we go. There's a lot of stuff up here, but I'm mostly here for the mage bloom. Oh, and there's source berries right here too. Well then, that makes things easier. Also, I'm not sure why growth particles keep showing up. Oh, lily pads of fertility. I might need to steal these later. But as it stands, I don't have silk touch. I do have shears. Nah, I'd rather not risk it yet. Well, I think that's all I need from here. There is one thing that I want to test though. If I start from high up, does the jetpack still fall? Yes. Very slowly, but it's falling nonetheless. Well, now that I have Mage Bloom and Source Berries, what do I use them for? Mage Bloom juice? Okay. Annoyingly, I'm one short of making a bucket's worth. And I'm guessing Source Berry juice is the same. Yep. Just stick it in the basin. And I'm guessing I need Mage Bloom Source Berry Smoothie, which is both of them combined. Wow. So I need to get one more Mage Bloom. And I did steal a seed, so I'll just grow one here. Yeah. I should probably get more seeds, but I'm going to have to go back to the island for that. I'll do that if this becomes an issue, but for now I've got enough bone meal if I need to do this manually. Well, there's Mage Bloom juice, and I'll just put both the juices in the mixer to make the smoothie. And hopefully 2 buckets is all I need for now. Next I need a Mage Bloom Source Berry smoothie bowl. Just put it in a spout on a bowl. That's pretty easy, but each step is supposed to be easy, because this is more of a guide of how to passive it. But then from the smoothie bowl, I can make an impure sauce bucket. Oh, the Source Berry smoothie is impure sauce, and I get a bowl of leaves out of it, which I'm guessing, yeah, creates the magically blooming leaves that I need here. Well, I can empty these. I need to empty the spout of the smoothies before I can get a full bucket out. Oh, and this isn't making enough. So I'm gonna add another item drain so I don't end up wasting all my sauce. Oh, huh. Accidental achievement. I guess my understanding of create pipes is a bit tenuous, but there we go. That's that out of the way. Now I can try to get some of those leaves out of the bowls. That gives me the bowls back, so I can keep getting more of the impure sauce. And then I can put this back to how it was before. And now, I've got a bucket of impure sauce. So from here, next liquid is a sauce bucket, which is made either by mixing with a spell parchment, or just mixing on its own at about a 4-to-1 efficiency. That's bad. And in multiples of 24, so it's not even gonna do a full bucket. Why does it have to be weird values? Just do 100 to 25. I'm gonna have to do it at the efficient way. Why not? So the spell parchment needs Mage Bloom fiber. Okay. Or source gems, but something tells me that's a bit more expensive than Mage Bloom fibers. That's just a knife with magically blooming leaves. And I think I need to do this twice, so that's 2 spell parchment, so 8 fiber, and I have 9 leaves. I got lucky enough. I just need a knife, but that's super easy, and that should give me all the Mage Bloom fiber I need. And I just do that. Yes. 2 spell parchment, and if I put it in the mixer with an impure sauce bucket, it makes me pure sauce. And with that, I can make 5 sauce gems. Wait. I get 5 source gems, but to get the spell parchment, I would have needed 8. Huh. So then, unless I can passive the Mage Bloom fibers as well, I'd have to do it with the super inefficient method. But I mean, I get the magically blooming leaves anyway. Do the knives take durability damage? Yes. I'm assuming every Farmer's Delight knife is going to be the same, but there is a steel knife from Create? I don't know how much better that's going to be. Something to keep in mind, but it doesn't seem like a super solvable problem right now. The alternative is just to passively make flint knives. I don't know. Anyway, I can make the source gem, and just to be sure, it doesn't alloy with anything. So I'll just chuck it in the smeltery, and pour it onto my runic tablets. And there's 5 source gems. And that also means, yeah, I've completed this chapter. That was kind of nothing, but again, it's just a guide for passiving. And just like with the runic tablets, I have no idea how much I need to do this, and whether it's too much of a bother to do it manually. And I swear there's an easier way to get source gems. Or maybe not. It'd make sense that the recipe was changed. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to do this. I still don't really know how much I'm gonna need the source gems. Ooh. I need them for one of the mechanisms? Ooh. Okay. Yeah, this is probably important. But still, I don't need it in large quantities yet. And I think I'm just rationalizing a reason to not do the passiving right now. Because I have other plans. And I think the first one I can do after collecting all of these rewards. And it's given me a lot of interesting rewards, including a bunch of Mage Bloom seeds. Those can go next to the other one. But for now, I just need to get a lot of this random crap out of my inventory. And I want to focus a bit on all of these loot crates that I've been accumulating. Because I've been waiting to open them until I can enchant them with Fortune. Presumably it can go all the way up to Fortune 3. So that's the next thing that I want to figure out. How do I get Fortune on these bags? Because I could go the book route. I get a villager, or I just enchant up. There is a way to craft it, but this isn't happening for a while. But I first just want to see, can I just enchant the bags? Yes. Why can they have efficiency and unbreaking? What are these? This is probably a dumb idea, but I kind of want to try it. And who knows, a full enchanting setup might be useful. So sure, I'm gonna try to do that. I've got plenty of sugarcane, but sugarcane's really the hard part. I need a lot of leather. So I'm just gonna fly around looking for some cows and such to kill. Ooh, actually, maybe I should put luck on my sword. That's not too hard to do. It gets more difficult with the higher levels, but luck 1 or 2 can go a long way here. Right, so I think I need just any blue flower. Then the second level, gold, golden carrot, and 2 ender pearls. Ender pearls might be a bit difficult, but that's doable. And final level, rabbit's foot is a bit weird. Rose gold, I can get that. But a name tag? I can craft it with haunting. Okay. Well, I guess first I'm looking for some of those things. So I need to find a blue flower and a rabbit. And if it gets to be nighttime, an enderman as well. Ooh, and there's no other chickens around here, but I need a feather. Aha, blue flowers. That's one thing. And I've found this structure with a lot of create stuff in it. This is all really useful. Oh, and I could probably steal a lot of this. This is like all the create machines. There's mineral resin in here. And 37 andesite alloy. Is there any other loot around here? Oh my god. There's so much stuff. Arcane crystals? Wow. Belt of unstable gifts. I don't have the inventory space to keep all of this. Oh, and there's a chest on the roof with even more stuff. I'm gonna have to come back. There's just so much good stuff here. And if I'm coming back, I may as well leave some of this behind so that I can keep my inventory a bit clearer. This is a great find. I'm gonna mark this down on the map and then leave it be for now. Because I've got other things that I'm doing right now. Ooh, there's a rabbit. Give me your foot. Yes! That's 2 things. Ooh, Enderman. Please. Yes! There's a 3rd. Now I just need a name tag and I'm done. But name tags aren't exactly easy to find. Oh, well, I got a feather, so maybe I can do something. Ooh, and I've also found a crimsite vein here. That could be very useful. Because crimsite is iron. I'll mark this down too. And it's not even that far from the base. That's, what, a couple hundred blocks? Well, that's everything that I came out looking for. All I'm missing to get max luck is a name tag. And I think I can do the haunting. All I need is a soul campfire, and that's not very expensive at all. Do I have any soul sand? No. But it's not hard to grab some from the nether. So there's a soul campfire. Then I just get myself another fan. But I've run out of space here to put down another fan. So then maybe I do it across the way over here. It's not super hard to set it up. And I'll set it up in more or less the same way as the others, just so that it fits a bit nicer. Sign and everything. And I think I can just do this. There we go. Then I just need to get an ink sac to make a book and quill. Haunt it into a name tag. And that is everything that I should need to get max luck on my sword. However, it has just crossed my mind. There's other ways of getting leather. Yeah, I can just make it with rotten flesh. And I have a lot of that. And I can scrap saddles and stuff. Well, how much leather do I need? I need 15 bookshelves, so 45 books. But if I made all of the rotten flesh into rotten leather, I wouldn't have enough total. But if I mix it in with a drying basin, that can give me a much better conversion rate for the last little bit of rotten flesh. Right, is this enough? It's not enough paper. I have some more sugarcane, and that turns out to be enough. Oh, but no. Does it have to be oak? No, because then it just makes the alternative bookshelves. I guess there just isn't one for redwood. That's fine, I'll just do it out of oak. But then all of this is under the assumption that it's going to work to enchant the loot crates. I would like this to be a somewhat permanent spot. Not sure where to put it though. Ooh, maybe I can put it under the stairs. It'll be mostly out of the way. I've got a bit of space. Yeah, this seems fine to me. This is probably all I need. Yeah, that feels nice. Enchant power 12. Oh, God. Is it not able to see some of them? Oh, yeah, of course, it can't see those top 3. There we go. Level 30. So is this enough? I'm not currently level 30, but that would only do Fortune 2. I still want to see, but I'd rather not waste one of my high value things, so we'll just use a normal Artificer's bag. But I somehow need to get to level 30. I can get nuggets of experience by crushing ores. I would have gotten more of the actual metal if I had melted it down, but if I need more I can just go mine some. It's not a big deal. I wonder if it's more efficient to use this as a heap of experience than a nugget. I can convert it back. No, I don't think I can. Well, let's see. How much am I gonna get? Not a lot. Even if I could convert this back to the original stack, that might take me to, like, I don't know, level 22 or 3. So I need something else. Ooh, I've got a weird idea. There's Endermen in the nether, so what if I just make myself a little Enderman farm in here? Although this isn't as good as the equivalent in the end, because there's nowhere near as many Endermen. So this is maybe too slow for me. Although, I have the jetpack now, so what if I went back to the nether mining? Quartz is one of the best means of getting XP in the game, at least the vanilla game. And along the way, I can look for some cobalt too. Ooh, and I found a fortress. Although, an untimely death has put a bit of a dampener on things. But thankfully, the fortress is pretty easy to get back to. But I guess the problem now is my levels have been reset. So I'm going to be here even longer. Ooh, and there's a blaze spawner here, so if I look at a blaze... There we go! That's the first tech chapter well and truly finished. While I'm in the fortress, I can get some of the other stuff around here. But I think I'm going to leave the fortress alone. So I'm just going to go back to doing this the way I was before. There we go, level 30. I can go home now. Let's see how this goes. It's just Fortune 2. Okay. I think this is probably a bit much effort, considering how uncommon it is to get any fortune at all. I'm just going to do this the sensible way. The way I should have done from the very beginning, and that is with villages. I don't think there's any villages in here that I can steal. I think they all died long before the raid even came. Oh, there is one villager in here. Doesn't there need to be 2 to trigger a raid? Maybe that's why the raid stopped, because the second villager died. Well, I might only need the 1. So I'm just gonna steal this guy, and I'll bring him over to the base. Where I put him, I don't know. But I still need a few things. Namely, a lectern. And then this guy, I don't know if I bother making an actual spot for him in the house just yet. Depends how many other villagers I'm gonna need. So I'm just gonna stick him in a hole in the ground for now. But I did accidentally hit him, so he's gonna be expensive. Now I've got to do typical villager stuff. This is exactly what I wanted to avoid doing. Because there's all these modded books that make this even more annoying. I really should just get a mod that makes this easier. Because this is painful. Oh, come on! I'm getting lucky with some other things. I don't want a mending villager, I want fortune. Oh my god, I got mending again! And Unbreaking 3! I am getting lucky in all the worst ways. Oh, Prop 4, come on! Efficiency 4! Fortune 3! Oh, I was starting to think this was impossible. I was like 3 rerolls away from giving up. But annoyingly he doesn't have any other trades. I need to lock him into this one soon. I've only got 6 emeralds. And he didn't come with a trade that lets me get more. So you know what? Just for the sake of not having to do the re-rolling over and over, I'm buying bookshelves from him. You are now locked in as my Fortune 3. But now I need some other way to get emeralds. And if I could get the librarian to a high enough level, he'll sell glass. And then I can do the cartographer trick. But I need more villagers to do that. And I need to cure them so I can actually make a profit of emeralds. But all of this is just gonna take a really long time. It's all stuff that gets cut out of a video anyway, so I might just have to leave this to do on my own time. I was really hoping to be able to go through with Fortune 3 on all of these, but god, why does it just have to suck to enchant these? I don't even know what I can get out of it. I guess Fortune 2 is enough for now. How worth it is it to put Fortune 3 on all of those? Maybe? Gives me a bunch of crafting components. I'll probably get a bunch of good create stuff out of the engineers' toolkits. Yeah, and then more magic stuff out of the artificers' bags. I'll fiddle with the villages on my own and see how this goes. But that's gonna take several hours. Time that I don't have right now in this recording. Well, I'm not sure how much time I've got left on this video, but probably not enough time to do a lot of the things on my mind. So I might just have to call this here. And I've done a decent amount of stuff. I've completed the second magic chapter, although completed is in quotation marks. I think it's not technically done until I passive source gems. We've got the beginnings of a villager setup going on. I'll just do that on my own because it's horrendously boring. And hopefully by next time, I can get through all of this stuff. And that'll give me a lot of good loot. As for the plan next time, I'm not sure. Maybe I passive the source gems? Because they don't seem to be super difficult to make. The runic tablets, I can get stone slabs pretty easily. And then I'll just have something to mass produce runes. I'll find a way to get violet corundum instead of actually converting other corundum. And that'll make this a lot easier. Then when it comes to getting the source gem, the big infrastructure is mostly going to be passively producing source berries and mage blooms. And that's something I'm going to have to experiment with in creative mode. Because I'm not super familiar on create farming, and especially not when it comes to things with seeds. But I might do this next time before I go back to the tech stuff. But either way, I think I've done enough for this video. It doesn't feel like a lot of progress, but I have had to do a fair few things, even if most of them didn't lead anywhere, like this. Anyway, I'm just filibustering, so that means I don't have anything else to say, so I'm gonna call the video here. Bye.